When you read Daniel straight through, one theme keeps hitting you in the face. God's people are supposed to stay loyal to him alone, even when the empire is breathing down their necks to worship their false gods. And one of the clearest ways Daniel drives that home is through this Aramaic verb that keeps showing up, palak. Once you understand how Daniel uses this word, the Son of Man in Daniel 7 comes into focus fast, and Jesus quoting that passage in Mark 14 and applying that title to himself right in front of the high priest takes a whole new level of clarity. The verb palak only appears in the Aramaic sections of Daniel, and every single time it refers to worship level devotion.
No, you dumbass, it also appears in Ezra, but we'll get to that in a minute. While some scholars say yes, it could mean worship, it more likely means just serve. Here are some translations for you. We know that it probably means just serve because we see serve and worship used in the same exact verse in Daniel multiple times. Even in the undeniable Jesus is God text of Daniel 7, we see that it does mean obey. So it doesn't mean worship, it doesn't mean obey, it means serve, bottom line. And in Ezra, we see that this word is applied to people. So shut up.
In Daniel 3, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refuse to palak Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue. Nebuchadnezzar tries to pressure them, but they basically say, "We serve God, not your statue," and they're willing to die over it. That tells you exactly what palak means. Same thing when we get to Daniel 6. The entire conflict begins because a group of officials convinced Darius to sign a decree forbidding anyone from praying to any god or man except the king for 30 days. Daniel ignores the decree and continues his daily prayers to the god he palaks. That is the exact issue the officials use to trap him. They know Daniel won't stop giving worship-level devotion to his God. When Daniel is thrown into the lion's den, Darius tells him, "Your God whom you serve continually, or palak continually, will deliver you." The next morning, Darius rushes to the den and calls out, "Has your God whom you serve, or palak continually, been able to deliver you?" So when Daniel 6 uses palak the same way Daniel 3 does, we find out that Daniel isn't in trouble for disobeying a mere civil regulation. He's in trouble because he refuses to stop giving exclusive worship-level devotion to the God of Israel. So by the time you get to Daniel chapter 7, the definition of palak is already locked in. It's the kind of worship.
How bold-faced, downright dishonest can you just fucking possibly be? We've proven that it doesn't mean worship, it doesn't mean obey, it just means serve, like an undying servitude, because it's applied to humans as well. Ridiculous.
That belongs to God alone. And the whole point of Daniel 3 and 6 is that the faithful will die before giving it to any mere human being. Before Daniel even introduces the Son of Man,
Daniel does not introduce the Son of Man. God, I have no patience for idiocy and lies, Eric.
The book also lays out what God's rule looks like. Daniel 4:3 says that his kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion endures from generation to generation. Daniel 4:34 repeats it word for word, and Daniel 6:26 adds, "His kingdom shall never be destroyed, and his dominion shall be to no end." That language, everlasting kingdom, everlasting dominion, never destroyed, belongs only to God in this book. No human king gets that description. Until you hit Daniel chapter 7. Up to this point, Daniel has been crystal clear. God's people do not give palak to human rulers. Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue will not be palaked in chapter 3. Darius will not be palaked in chapter 6. Only the God of Israel gets that kind of devotion. But then suddenly, this same book that pounds the table about refusing to worship a mere man now says that all nations will palak the Son of Man. That should stop you in your tracks about just who this Son of Man is. And the Son of Man also comes with the clouds of heaven, which is in the Hebrew scriptures a divine calling card.
Oh, and I know when you say divine, you mean God. Well, here's an angel coming in the clouds. And also, let's not forget, even your own verse says that it's just a figure, a humanly figure.
He is presented before the Ancient of Days in the heavenly courtroom to receive authority directly from him.
Wow, so someone who's God needs to receive authority from a heavenly court. No, totally God.
These aren't Trinitarian Christian ideas being read back into the text. This is straight out of Jewish scripture. So when you put all the pieces together, Daniel 7 is openly presenting the Son of Man as a divine figure who shares in God's authority, receives God's worship, and his eternal rule, while still being distinct from the Ancient of Days.
He's not the Son of Man, he's a Son of Man, not even a Son of, one like a Son of Man, and he is definitely different from the Ancient of Days because he gets his authority from them. He doesn't already have it. And you moron, it's serve, not worship.
Fast forward to Jesus' trial in Mark chapter 14. The high priest asks if he's the Messiah. Jesus quotes Daniel 7:13 and Psalm 110:1. You will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and coming with the clouds of heaven. Jesus is boldly claiming that he is the divine Son of Man from Daniel. That is why the high priest tears his robes and the council shouts blasphemy. Notice that they blindfold Jesus and say, prophesy, who hit you? They are taunting him because he just claimed to be the all-seeing, all-knowing Son of Man. Their mockery actually confirms how they understood his claim. Jesus was not claiming to be a regular prophet. He's claiming to be the omniscient divine Son of Man whom Daniel saw.
I get that this is some New Age Trinitarian way of thinking, but every time the Jews said that Jesus was God, Jesus went out of his way, and the Bible went out of its way to say this type of thinking is wrong. But now it's totally acceptable and totally right. Makes sense now. Yeah. No, totally. It was messianic stuff that they took out of context.